We are coming up on 7:59 on your Friday morning drive. We've got two traffic alerts to pass along to you. First off, this one in Northeast Portland's Hollywood district. You can see photojournalist Eric Patterson on the scene at Northeast Halsey and 42nd Avenue. Halsey closed right now at 42nd because of an ongoing shooting investigation. We have more in a live report coming up in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, in the St. John's neighborhood here, Lombard is closed because of this serious crash near the intersection with Ida. Portland Fire and Rescue telling us they had to remove somebody from that vehicle. They've been taken away to the hospital, and right now North Lombard is closed, not far from Roosevelt High School. Rod?
All right, Chris, thank you for that. We are watching several areas where the fog has been persistent and really thick. One of them is down Salem, State Capitol building. Obviously can't see the Capitol, 39 degrees. Also, we've got pretty good fog out in Hillsborough area, and here is Vancouver. This has been back and forth, but clearly there's some fog across the Columbia. Right now, visibility on the interstate bridge itself is pretty good, and there's Portland. Today's high, 50 degrees.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. We start the 8 o'clock hour of the Sunrise Show with breaking news. A shooting that happened about an hour ago in the Hollywood district of Northeast Portland over at 42nd and Halsey.
And in just the last 15 minutes, we've learned that 2 people were hurt. Portland fire crews say that they were on scene treating people with injuries. We will bring in Corey Johnson right now. Just arrived at the scene. Corey, what are you learning there?
China, Drew, what we know right now, PPB just confirmed 2 people were struck in that shooting incident, and they also confirmed that it did not happen inside of any business or structure. So taking a look at the scene right now, where it's situated in between 2 businesses, that shooting happening within the parking lot area. No arrests have been made at this time, according to police. We don't know exactly what led up to the shooting yet, but we do know that it happened just after 7 this morning. A mobile command unit also just arrived on the scene within the last 10 to 15 minutes or so. Other emergency officials also arriving on the scene as we've been here. So a growing presence at this time. Now we're along Northeast Halsey Street at the intersection of 42nd Avenue. Right now, Halsey Street is closed between 42nd. That they were on the scene a little bit ago treating injuries before at least one person was sent to the hospital. While we were on scene, we also saw an ambulance treating people in this driveway area between the buildings. Again, that shooting did not happen inside of any of the businesses. Now, this is a very busy area for people walking in the morning. We've seen people be ushered around in different directions by emergency crews out here because this is such a heavily populated area. So we're still working to learn more details exactly led up to the shooting, but as we gather those details, we'll continue to keep you updated.
Our Corey Johnson reporting live this morning. Thank you, Corey. And stay with KGW as we continue to track this shooting. You can find the latest updates on air and on KGW.com.
All right, Chris, part of your traffic report this morning has obviously centered around that breaking news.
Yeah, so obviously Halsey closed right now indefinitely as that shooting investigation is ongoing. So use Broadway to the north or perhaps Gleason to the south to get around that. As Corey mentioned, a busy area. There's a 24-hour fitness, a Trader Joe's. Providence Medical Center is about 2 blocks away. So a lot of foot traffic and car traffic through there. Back to North Portland. This is just a terrible looking crash here. The Portland Fire and Rescue just tweeted out this photo. They're telling us here on North Lombard at Ida that there's a collision between a pickup truck and a garbage truck right now. They had to use heavy equipment to get that driver out of that truck. They have been transported to the hospital. No word on their condition, but right now they're telling us that North Lombard is closed at North Ida for the next little while. That, of course, a busy thoroughfare right through the heart of St. John's. All right, back to your freeway drive, Highway 26. A little busy coming in from the west side. Not bad. 20 minutes gets you in from Hillsborough. And the trip through North Portland. Rod, we've been watching this all morning long. It looks like the fog on that side of town has lifted a bit. The drive time, not bad. 16 minutes gets you in from Main Street to the Fremont.
Yeah, Chris, thank you. Good to see all of your cameras at highway level show pretty good visibility. We are tracking a really dense fog pocket that has not improved at all ever this morning. Since I've been watching it, the state capitol is hidden by the fog in Salem, 39 degrees. If you folks fail to get out, I mean, the fog will improve, but maybe the low cloud deck stays solid. And if it does, your high today could be 43, 44, 45. Downtown Portland had some sun. Now we're kind of clouding back over. Temperature is at 40. Providence Park camera shows good visibility, but fog up in the West Hills, so that's a good look at that. 46 this afternoon, should be a partly cloudy afternoon hour, and we'll get up to about 50 or 51 for a high. That's your forecast for now.
Thank you, Rod. Hey, we are also tracking breaking news this morning in Missouri. Our sister station in St. Louis reporting one man with a knife was shot and killed by officers inside Lambert International Airport. Airport police say that they encountered the person inside Terminal 1 just after 1 a.m. They told the man he had to leave. He refused and pulled out a knife.
They did tase him first. They tried to use a taser. That individual continued to advance towards officers, and a second officer did fire his service weapon, injuring the suspect, and unfortunately, that suspect is deceased at this time.
Police say that the scene has been cleared and airport operations are now back to normal.
A wildland firefighter was seriously hurt this week while cutting down this year's Christmas tree for the state capitol building in Salem. The 70-foot noble fir hit Dana Turner, hit her in the back, it crushed her femur, and it also injured her face. She was life-flighted out of Tillamook State Forest and had to undergo surgery.
They had an excavator out there to, keep the tree from smashing on the ground so that they could save all the branches. And they had, everything was set up as it should be. And it was just kind of a freak accident that the tree started twisting and just came at her.
So that was a friend of Turner's who says she is expected to get out of the hospital here in the next few days. A house fire in rural Washington County, meanwhile, left one person dead. Gaston Fire responded to the call in the Cherry Grove area. They say a neighbor tried to wake up the person who lived in that home, but wasn't able to. After they got the fire under control, investigators found the victim inside. The cause remains under investigation.
Police say a cyclist is expected to survive after they were involved in a crash with a car on Barber Boulevard in southwest Portland. Last night, the northbound lanes near 19th Avenue were briefly shut down while crews responded to the scene. It's not clear what caused the crash, but police say the driver stayed at the scene.
I can't think of anything more un-American. At least I couldn't until Trump went further and reposted a call to hang members of Congress.
Washington Senator Patty Murray is among those outraged over several social media posts from President Donald Trump. One comment reposted by the president read, "Hang them, George Washington would." This comes after Democratic lawmakers released a video urging military officers to refuse what they call illegal orders.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
President Trump responded by calling the Democrats in the video seditious and traitors and that they should be put on trial. One Democrat in the video, Senator Elisa Slotkin, said that she had received close to 1,000 new threats and now has 24/7 security. At a press briefing, White House press secretary said no when asked if President Trump wants to execute members of Congress.
Meanwhile, a suspected ICE arrest in Everett, Washington, north of Seattle, is raising some concern there and reportedly keeping families from food lines. The arrest happened yesterday morning at a strip mall parking lot. Video of the arrest made the rounds hours before a Thanksgiving food giveaway. Organizers of the nonprofit Refugees and Immigrant Services Northwest say many of their clients decided to stay home instead of coming out to get one of those Thanksgiving meal kits.
We're afraid, and we want to move the line as quick as possible, just in case something happens.
That nonprofit says they implemented several precautions with local police helping secure the area and staff members monitoring what they described as unusual activities.
Local law enforcement is reminding people that the holiday season is also the season of scams. So here's some of their most important advice. Always be suspicious about any sort of call or message that requires urgency. Take a pause when dealing with unknown callers or messages, and be wary of things that sound too good to be true. And never give out your personal or financial information to anyone until they've confirmed that they are a trusted source. Forest Grove police say that the holidays can be particularly tricky time of year.
All right, Rodney Hill, time to check back in with you. We're talking about that Friday forecast.
You know what's often the case, in fact, almost always the case, is that when we have these foggy mornings in the winter season, I know it's still technically still fall, we often have sunshine at the beach, and that's the case this morning. Beautiful day, partly cloudy, but really nice. Here's Schnookwan's Casino Resort in Lincoln City. See how temperature is. It's chilly. It's 40. There's no wind, so temperatures have fallen off at the coast as well, but really nice. Then you get into the valley. Portland had some fog, and then we were out of it for like a couple of hours, and now the foggy conditions have kind of returned. So it's really fascinating to watch these fog pockets just kind of come and go. It's 40 out along the Columbia at PDX. Still a lot of 30s on the board, including Oregon City, Westland, Taggart, Sherwood, Wilsonville. Hillsboro, dense fog this morning, 36. Foggy in Beaverton area as well. I'm assuming. I don't have eyes on Beaverton. 37 up in Aurora and 34 degrees down in Almsville. The weather map today is dry. Could be some cloudiness up around Astoria, and the fog, which has been really bad, at least over the state capital area in Salem, may not clear out today. If it stays overcast, your highs would hold in the 40s. Portland should become partly sunny and get up to about 51 degrees. A repeat day tomorrow, all dry. Portland 52, fog to sun. Futurecast likes the rain on Sunday getting here first thing in the morning, and then scattered showers in the afternoon overnight into Monday. Tuesday looks to be a dry day. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving right now shows a high snow level of 6,000 feet, a very rainy day in Portland, and then diminishing showers during the day on Thanksgiving Day. Here's Chris.
Rod, we pick it up with that traffic alert in Northeast Portland. A reminder that Northeast Halsey is closed at 42nd Avenue. You can see Portland police have their tape up. There's an ongoing shooting investigation here. We understand that 2 people were struck, and right now the road is closed at this point. So your traffic solution to get around this is either going to be maybe Broadway to the north or perhaps Gleason down to the south. But Halsey right now at 42nd is a no-go. We'll keep you posted. Back out to North Portland. Again, just a terrible crash scene here involving a pickup truck and what appears to be a garbage truck. Portland Fire and Rescue tweeting out that they did have to help and treat some people that were involved with this crash. And Portland police have this section of Lombard closed right now over the intersection of North Ida. Busy thoroughfare through St. John's. So perhaps Willamette Boulevard to the south might be your best traffic solution around that, although that's a pretty narrow street. All right, back to the Freeway Drive. Foggy in Tualatin, but that said, traffic volume, as is typically the case on a Friday morning, is fairly light. So the drive times coming in from Wilsonville, for instance, just 18 minutes. China?
Thank you, Chris. Still ahead on Sunrise, a newly released jobs report shows unemployment is at 4-year high. While experts say the data paints a mixed picture of the economy. And for nearly 20 years, KGW's Great Toy Drive has been brightening lives at local nonprofits. We will highlight the partnership and how you can help impact lives this holiday season.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We are following breaking news right now. Portland police investigating a shooting in the Hollywood district at Northeast 42nd and Halsey. We're taking a live look at the scene right now. In the last 30 minutes, we've learned 2 people were hurt. Police say the shooting did not happen inside any business. You can see a mobile command is there. I just saw investigators arrive on scene, and you can see a good section of that is blocked off by yellow tape. Halsey Street is closed between Northeast 42nd and 43rd. We're going to have more details on this coming up. We're also going to have more on the traffic impacts a little bit later.
The KGW Great Toy Drive partners with more than 140 nonprofits each year to distribute your donations to local families. And this morning, we're highlighting one of those organizations.
So Tim Gordon visited the folks at Path Home, who help families out of homelessness and into permanent housing.
Path Home is a nonprofit that empowers homeless families with children to get back into housing and stay there.
Path Home operates out of this former church building on Southeast 92nd Avenue with several programs, from homeless prevention to getting homeless families the support they need to get back on track and into long-term affordable housing, serving 600 families, roughly 2,000 kids and parents every year.
The need these days is just extreme. Oregon has more unsheltered homeless families than any other state in the country, at a rate 14 times higher than the national average.
Brandy Tuck is the executive director of Path Home and has been since 2007. The nonprofit grew out of a family shelter that operated for a long time in Goose Hollow. The new location offers emergency shelter housing for 17 families right on the property.
It's really special to be able to provide these services to families. We get really close with the families that we serve. There's a whole lot of joy here.
Joy rises during challenging times. And in the season of giving, the KGW Great Toy Drive brightens lives at Path Home. It has been every holiday season for nearly 20 years.
The toys go directly to the kids who are staying in shelter, the homeless families with children. And it's just such a special opportunity for us year after year. I mean, so many parents tell us that they would not be able to do Christmas or Hanukkah for their kids if we didn't provide the toys for them. So it is a really meaningful and special experience for them. I often say you don't become homeless when you run out of money. You become homeless when you run out of relationships. And it's things like the KGW Toy Drive and all the people that are contributing toys that provide the relationships for these families.
Tim Gordon, KGW News.
Again, that was just one of the more than 140 nonprofits that help us out each year with the Toy Drive. Hey, Rob, what is one of the easiest ways our viewers can help?
Well, you see it right there. You can go online. Now, we type in $25. You can give cash, but you can give, I think, anything. $5, if you can give $100, that's awesome.
So that cash is what we use to go out and buy more toys for the drive. Click that Donate Cash button. Also, a big thanks to Ziply Fiber, because this week, our Toy Drive partners at Ziply are donating a portion of all new internet installations to the drive. And then there's tomorrow's big event. Check us out at the Hollywood Fred Meyer in Northeast Portland. We're going to be out there between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. It's our first Toy Drive collection event. You can drop off new unwrapped toys there. Again, that's the Hollywood Fred Meyer in Northeast Portland. I was in the toy box earlier this morning, guys, as you know, and I pulled this toy out.
Panda.
I'll put it back, but it's kind of crazy. It's called a
Panda.
It's called a Hug-a-Lumps.
Panda.
It looks light, but listen how heavy it is.
Yeah,
it is heavy.
Yeah,
it's like heavy. Feel how heavy that thing is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is pretty heavy.
So it's good for hugging because it's heavy.
Something like that.
All right, can I take it with me?
Could you
I'll bring it.
do the whole
bring it
weather
back.
forecast like that?
Yeah. This is actually very pleasant. All right. Our Timberline Lodge camera, let's check it out. Beautiful, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One of the weather stories, it's about freezing up there. One of the weather stories is that, what is now I'm forgetting because I'm hugging this panda bear. I forgot what the weather story is. The weather story is snow levels fall down below Cascade Passes Sunday night, Monday, but it's unclear as to whether there's enough scattered moisture to produce travel issues or not. But if you are traveling over the Cascades, check conditions Sunday night, Sunday late day night into Monday. We are all dry out there today. We have some cloudiness that's spilling from the cloud flow up to the north, and that's one reason why those broken, thin clouds mid and high level, that we've seen some beautiful sunrise colors this morning. This shows everybody up and down I-5, for the most part, gets some sun today. It's unclear to me as to whether or not we see everybody clear out of the fog. Sometimes Salem and southward to Eugene on these foggy mornings get stuck and the low cloud deck hovers. Portland should clear, Vancouver should clear. We also have some pretty good fog this morning out in Washington County. That should clear. This is actually tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a repeat day of today. Most of us will get fog to sun. There's the rain coming in first thing Sunday morning. This doesn't show much shower activity behind the front in the afternoon, but I do believe there will be some scattered precipitation later in the day, Sunday night, and Monday. Rain totals for the 2 days, mostly what comes in Sunday, showing up coast and valley as about the same, anywhere from 0.2 of an inch to less than 1/4 of an inch of rain. Some of our cameras, it's also kind of murky, a little foggy out from the Oregon Veterans Home camera in the Dalles this morning. Looking at the Columbia River, this is east of downtown, 35 degrees, chilly morning, no wind. Gorge winds will be light today. Gorge winds will be light again tomorrow. This camera has been really beautiful to look at this morning. Was showing some pretty good sun, but some increasing cloudiness up top and some shallow fog pockets around. The Rose City, there you can see a little bit of sunlight illuminating the downtown cityscape. 39 is the number out along the Columbia at PDX, and it's the same 39 in Kelso, Salem, and down into Eugene. Cold spot on the map right now is Burns at 31. Forecast numbers, if you folks don't get sun today, you'll be in the 40s in the Mid-Valley. We believe Southwest Washington will get sun and warm into the low 50s. I think Portland will do the same. Again, a repeat day tomorrow, the showers on Sunday, and then we've got some showers on Monday and Tuesday, and then some rain the day before Thanksgiving and showers on Thursday. I'm enjoying this because we're babysitting my daughter's nephew, and Wyatt is a lot heavier than this toy. Here's Chris.
Good workout for your arm, Rod. All right, let's get you back to the breaking news that we've been following this morning in Northeast Portland's Hollywood District. You can see Portland police ongoing with a shooting investigation at Northeast 42nd and Halsey. Your traffic impact at this point is that Northeast Halsey is closed at 42nd Avenue. So Broadway to the north or perhaps Gleason to the south is going to be your best workaround for the next little while. Back to the freeway drive, we had a disabled vehicle reported near Swan Island on I-5 southbound. Looks like that's now out of the way, but traffic has suddenly gotten a lot thicker on the I-5 south commute. We'll see the lineup extending back towards the Expo Center. So now that drive has jumped up to about 21 minutes to get you from Main Street south to the Fremont Bridge. Drew?
All right, thank you, Chris. We know websites were down earlier this week, including some high traffic sites like Spotify and ChatGPT. Coming up next here in the Sunrise Show, we'll tackle the question of whether or not internet outages are happening more frequently these days.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back. The U.S. economy saw stronger than expected job growth in September, but the unemployment rate also rose to a nearly 4-year high.
Reporter Michael Yoshida takes a closer look at those mixed results.
The latest snapshot of the U.S. labor market painting a muddy picture. 119,000 jobs were added to the economy in September, an unexpected rebound. But unemployment also climbed to 4.4%, the highest level since October 2021, according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
We do not see a robust job market. There are signs of stress here.
September's jobs report, which comes after a 7-week delay due to the government shutdown, also revealed downward revisions to previous jobs report numbers, showing a loss of jobs in August and a lower total for July.
Take out the pandemic year of 2020, you go all the way back to 2010 where you had multiple months of payrolls contraction occurring during a given year. And so that's concerning.
The White House touting Thursday's report as, quote, great progress for the U.S. economy, even as a new Fox News poll paints a picture of a nation deeply frustrated by conditions, with 76% viewing the economy negatively and more putting the blame on President Trump than former President Biden.
A mistake that the administration made, that the campaign made, was promising overnight success.
As affordability remains a key issue, households appear to be changing their spending habits to essentials and value items. Last quarter, Walmart's U.S. sales grew 4.5%, while its slightly more expensive big box rival Target reported a loss.
I think for businesses, consumers, households, there are many reasons for them to be cautious right now.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Earlier this week, for several hours, ChatGPT wasn't able to answer any questions and Spotify playlists crashed. It was all because web provider Cloudflare experienced a disruption. Now, it may seem like we're seeing more outages this year. Amazon Web Services also experienced a disruption last month, but experts say we're not really seeing any more outages than we've seen in past years. A network monitoring service has logged 13 major outages so far here in 2025. Last year, there were 23. There were 13 in 2023 and 10 altogether in 2022.
More people are using the internet. More people are using it more often than ever. More people are relying on it for more things. And so we all are also more aware every time there's any kind of blip, right? And I expect that will only increase.
Cloudflare says their outage was a result of a technical issue, not a cyber attack or any malicious behavior.
Caught on camera, a state trooper helped stop a wrong-way driver on a Texas highway. Sensors on the highway detected a vehicle moving the wrong way and alerted police. The trooper then worked to slow down traffic and warn drivers, even though that they didn't know exactly what was wrong until this moment.
Oh my God.
So that's a Cybertruck speeding by the nearly hitting the trooper, as you just saw there, going the wrong way, obviously. Authorities say the driver was stopped less than a mile away and arrested for driving while intoxicated.
I don't view my job here as, winning a partisan argument.
Representative Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez speaking to KGW about why she voted yes, going against party lines on the deal to end the government shutdown. We're going to have that story for you coming up in the 8:30 half hour of Sunrise.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Good morning, I'm China Green. We're having breaking news right now. Portland police investigating a shooting in the Hollywood district at Northeast 42nd and Halsey. We are taking a live look at the scene right now. We do know in the last 30 minutes we have learned 2 people were hurt. Police say the shooting did not happen inside any business. A mobile command unit is on scene, and Halsey Street is closed between Northeast 42nd and 43rd. We are continuing to follow this on KGW+. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
All right, good morning. Tired of looking at fog, so let's look at the sunny skies, at least mostly sunny over the Mount Hood summit this morning. 37 degrees up there, actually warmer than parts of the valley. This is the best view of the state capitol in Salem so far this morning, so that's improved somewhat. We've got good visibility now. This has been back and forth this morning, crossing the Columbia on the Interstate Bridge from the Springs at the waterfront. Portland's at 39, a partly cloudy day eventually. 46 at noon, 50 degrees at 5 p.m. Pretty much a repeat dry day on Saturday, but rain shows up Sunday morning, and then there's scattered showers later in the day into Monday.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. We continue to follow breaking news live here in the 8 o'clock hour. A shooting in the Hollywood district of Northeast Portland at 42nd and Halsey.
And in just the last 30 minutes, we've learned that 2 people were hurt. We will bring in Corey Johnson now, who just arrived at the scene. Corey, what are you learning out there?
Good morning, Drew, China. In addition to confirming that 2 people were struck in that shooting incident, Portland police also confirmed that that shooting did not take place inside of any business. So taking a live look at the scene right now, still very active at this time. No arrests have been made. We're currently along Northeast Halsey Street at the intersection of 42nd Avenue. Right now, Halsey Street is closed between Northeast 42nd and 43rd. So we don't know exactly what led up to this shooting just yet, but we do know the incident happened just after 7 this morning. A mobile command unit arrived on the scene within the last half an hour, as well as other emergency officials who are currently investigating at this time. We also saw an ambulance treating people in this driveway area between the buildings. It looks like the shooting took place in the parking lot between Laurel 42 and 24-Hour Fitness, where that investigation is currently underway at this time. No ambulances are currently on the scene, but Portland Fire posted on X they were on the scene treating injuries for at least 1 person before they were sent to the hospital. Now, as this stretch remains closed, I've spoken with a couple of people who work in this area, some people who work in some of the buildings that are impacted and also blocked off. One man told me he was concerned about making his way into work today, but it does appear that Portland police are also escorting people into certain buildings and helping them to usher around this very active scene. But as we learn more information, we'll continue to keep you updated.
Corey, thank you. And stay with KGW News as we continue to track this shooting. You can find the latest updates right here and on KGW.com.
Chris, this has been a big part of your traffic updates this morning.
Yeah, so to get around this closure of Halsey at 42nd Avenue, to the north, Sandy, perhaps to the south, or excuse me, you could use Sandy or Broadway, or to the south of that, maybe Gleason is your best bet to get around that while Halsey remains closed at 42nd. All right, back to the freeway drive. We had some earlier trouble on I-5 southbound. You know, the good news is about Friday morning commutes is that they're usually fairly light. And so the trouble and the backup that we had around that has cleared out. So we're happy to show you that. The drive time, though, is still about 21 minutes. I expect that to drop a bit from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Over on the west side, the inbound Sunset, not bad. Less than 20 to get you in from Hillsborough this morning. Rod?
All right, Chris, thanks for that. We're still tracking fog. Salem has been one of the fog bullseyes, but this is about the best view of the state capitol through the fog that we've had all morning. It's chilly 39. Again, this part of the valley and southward down through Albany, for example, it's a coin flip whether you get any sun today or not. If the fog lifts but the low cloud deck holds, your highs will only be maybe in the mid-40s. Portland, we've been back and forth. Right now we're back to seeing a lot of low clouds, but good visibility coming into the town across the Willamette River, 39 out of PDX. I do believe Portland will go on to be partly cloudy at noon and this afternoon. Mid-40s at noon and trying to get up to about 50 or 51 or 2 for a high. It is a dry day and kind of a partly to mostly sunny day across central and eastern Oregon. Driving over the Cascades, easy peasy. Pass level cameras showing mostly sunny skies. We have mostly sunny skies along much of the coast. Could be kind of a cloudy day up in Astoria, getting hit with some of the cloudiness from a flow pattern up to our north, but staying dry. 51 in Portland today. Tomorrow's a repeat day. Fog to sun, Portland 52. Looks like we get the first wave of rain on Sunday coming in first thing in the morning, potentially, or no later than mid-morning. And then scattered showers later in the day into diminishing showers on Monday. Right now, Tuesday's a dry day. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Some of the models love this being an absolute rain out. Snow levels look to be high, maybe 6,000 feet. So it would be heavy rain over Cascade Passes. 50 degrees. Thanksgiving Day, diminishing numbers of scattered showers, but partly sunny skies. And this year round, it looks to be pretty warm. 54 degrees, the early projection. That's your update.
Thank you, Rod. Hey, if you were holding out to get a real ID, you may now have to pay an extra fee just to get through the airport security. TSA is proposing an $18 fee for any passenger without a real ID. TSA says the fee would pay for the tech needed for travelers without a real ID to have their regular ID verified. Now, passports and in Washington, enhanced IDs can also be used as real IDs, but the fee still needs to be approved. But the timing on that is unclear.
The Federal Aviation Administration is giving $10,000 bonuses to air traffic controllers who worked throughout the government shutdown. But this money is only going to go to people who had perfect attendance. So that means 776 of the nearly 20,000 air traffic controllers who had to work without pay during the shutdown are going to get that bonus. A number of controllers say they started calling out of work because they couldn't afford childcare during the shutdown, or they couldn't even afford the gas they say they needed to get to work. President Trump has suggested that controllers who missed work should get their pay docked, but as of right now, FAA officials have not announced any plans to do that. This morning, we're hearing from Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez after she broke party lines last week, voting in favor of the bill that ended the shutdown. She was one of 6 members of Congress to break from the Democratic Party and vote in favor of that bill, ending the stalemate that really came down to health care costs. During a one-on-one interview, KGW's Blair Best asked her why she voted yes, so here's some of her answer.
I was not here to, I don't view my job here as, winning a partisan argument. I view my job as fighting for the long view and the long work of Southwest Washington in its entirety. And that is, I think, a deeper loyalty than to just a partisan ideology.
You can hear more of that interview between Representative Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez and Blair Best. We have it streaming here on KGW+.
We have an update to the humpback whale that was stranded on the Oregon coast and later euthanized. Wildlife officials say that they buried the whale's carcass on Tuesday, but a portion of the body has popped back up. Now, you are looking at video from earlier this week. Officials say that they will monitor over the next couple of days to see if they need to rebury the carcass. Otherwise, they say that they will let nature take its course and allow the remains to decompose. Firefighters in Vernonia are looking for a bystander they say pulled a driver out of this burning car. The car crashed after encountering 3 elk Tuesday night and caught fire along Highway 47 near Peterson Road. But before crews could get to the scene, they say a witness jumped in to help the driver out of the wreckage. They're now hoping to recognize that person for their efforts. The driver was taken to the hospital. No word on their condition.
We're less than 3 months away from the 2026 Winter Games in Italy, and the U.S. curling team is going to have some outfits that were locally made. Columbia Sportswear partnered with Team USA Curling about a year ago to design the athletes' uniforms and also what they'll wear while they hang out at the Olympic Village. Some of those team members stopped by Columbia's local headquarters yesterday for this photo shoot.
Needing a very flexible athletic fit and what they've done here has been, amazing.
I like warmth. The jackets that Columbia has created are very warm, but also, like Corey said, form-fitting as well, and breathable at the same time.
So let's talk a little bit more about some of the details on those clothes. Columbia added 250 stars to the designs to celebrate the United States' 250th birthday next year. And inside the jackets, there's a patch for the athletes to write their name on. All right, before we get to Chris McGinnis and some of our local traffic, how about this in Seattle? Some traffic issues involving chickens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chickens.
Chickens. Washington State Patrol posted these photos after they dealt with an overturned tractor trailer that was loaded with live chickens. This was on I-5.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, at one point, traffic was down to one lane. They said hundreds of those chickens were on the road. All lanes were back open by 6 o'clock this morning. But, man, what a situation earlier this morning to the north of us, Chris, in Seattle.
That's up in, what was that, Pierce County? My goodness. All right, let's get you back to the drive here in Washington County, right? I-5 through Tualatin rolling along here just fine. We had some fog here. It's been in and out of the fog this morning, but so far, with the volume really light, looks like folks are getting around just fine. This is over on the west side, Highway 26 out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. For perspective, the right to left commute, that's the eastbound drive. That too looks pretty good. And I-5 through North Portland still zipping right along. Right now, 16 minutes get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Back into the Hollywood District again. We've been following this throughout the morning. Portland police have a section of Halsey, Northeast 42nd and Halsey, closed right now for an ongoing shooting investigation. We've been telling you about that here throughout the morning. We expect to have more information coming up in a live report in just a little bit. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris.
People call them flying rats. I'm like, no, they're sky puppies. They're adorable. They're so sweet.
If you want to meet a woman who loves her job, we're going to introduce you to Hannah. Hannah is a bat keeper at the Oregon Zoo, and this morning we have a story about the 100 bats. Yep, 100 bats that call the Oregon Zoo home. It's a batty new edition of Drew at the Zoo. We have it for you right after this.
Hey, our team is always testing products. We only bring you the best, and this one is about your security, so you're gonna wanna listen up. The product is this, it's called Sight Bulb, and it's called that for good reason. It plugs into any light fixture, see that right there, like a light bulb, and you have an instant security camera. There's a break-in in the US every 26 seconds. Lights are great, but a security camera catches the bad guys in the act. Look at this video. You just plug it in outside to any fixture. You have an instant security camera with night vision, 360-degree views, motion sensing. It even has a built-in microphone, so you can listen to what's going on in your house when you're not there, and also talk if the bad guys are in there, or if you just wanna kind of watch your dog just hanging out, right? So I have one plugged in right over here as well, just to show you how this works. There's an SD card right in it, so it's all made in the USA, no things going up to the cloud. It's all stored right here. And come on in for a second, Bob. I want to show you. It connects to your app, so you can actually watch it anywhere. My cameraman Bob is here. Can you? That's what you see right on the app. Say hi, Bob. There you go. There's your hands. So this retails for $49.99 to $59.99, but we have a great deal for you today. 25% off. Think about the cost of home security. And by the way, no professional needed, no wiring. You screw this in and you're done. All you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen right now or go to shoptvdeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
All right, you can be the judge. Is this morning's segment from the Oregon Zoo cute? This morning we're talking about the bats that call the zoo home. There's one of them right there, looking us right in the face. Close-up shot on this Friday morning. So there's 2 different species of bat that live at the zoo. You may be surprised, though, by how many of each species they have there. With that, we head to the Bat Cave for this flying mammal edition of Drew at the Zoo. Today we're checking out an area at the zoo that's often overlooked by zoo guests, forgotten about, passed by, talking about the Bat Cave.
People just walk by, think it's like a little dark and smelly, and they just walk right by. But I think this is probably one of the coolest exhibits that we have. Our animals are always on exhibit, always out here living their lives. How many bats do you see in here?
I see 80.
80? That's actually really close. There's a little bit more. We have 100.
You heard that right. There are 100 bats that call the Oregon Zoo home. They represent 2 different species. There are 76 straw-colored fruit bats and 24 Rodriguez flying foxes.
So straws are from Africa, and then Rodriguez flying foxes come from the tiny, tiny island off the coast of Madagascar, actually, called Rodriguez. They were declining on their little small island of Rodriguez due to deforestation, and actually in 1979, a cyclone devastated that island, leaving around 100 bats left. And so different facilities stepped in and they started breeding the bats in different areas, and their numbers are now up into 20,000. And so the Oregon Zoo got to be a part of that breeding program. What are you doing?
So Roxy is the bat that seems super ultra comfortable being around you and being handled by you. How did that bat get so comfortable around humans?
So Roxy was actually hand reared. She was with her mom for about a month, but then her mom actually passed away, and so keepers had to take over the job of rearing her. We had to actually bottle feed her. So she really likes being by us. Every morning I come in and she's waiting up against the holding fence, just waiting to say hi, and we'll give her some snacks. And so it's really lucky that we're able to interact with a bat like that. So right now they're eating breakfast, melons, bananas, apples, cucumber, and peppers. People call them like flying rats. I'm like, no, they're sky puppies. They're adorable. They're so sweet. And I really wish people knew how important bats were to the environment. And they're such amazing creatures. And they're the only flying mammal, so it makes them extra special.
So we've been talking about the bats this morning, and Rod has commented several times how he wishes he was a flying mammal. Look at this. Rod flew,
He's on the roof.
Yeah, Rod flew all the way to the roof this morning for this latest weather update.
I don't mind sharing. If that were on a trivia pursuit game and said, can mammals fly? I would say no, and I would be wrong.
Yes, you would. The bats would be all over you for saying that.
Yes, they would. There's no wind. It's in the 30s, but it's not overly chilly, to me anyway, because there's no wind up here at all. I'm on the KGW weather deck, brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. There are some breaks in the clouds. I think now that I'm up here getting eyeball, I think a lot of this cloudiness we're seeing is coming down from the north, from that fetch of cloudiness that's streaming to our north. So we'll get some of these clouds in our sky at times today, tonight, and tomorrow. I can still see a pretty good fog bank looking to my north, which is the direction I'm pointing, and that's that fog bank up along the Columbia River. This gets you out the door and into your weekend forecast. Satellite, it's all dry today for us. Any rain right now is up closer to, well, in fact, it's pretty much north of the Canadian border. But you can see the flow pattern that I just mentioned, some clouds kind of spilling in from the south currently. Okay, let's check out our movie for the weekend, shall we? So today, I mean, we're just dry. This does show some persistent clouds up around Astoria. There is a question to me as to whether or not, that you folks in the Mid-Valley will get out of the clouds and get some sun, but Portland will. This is tomorrow. Tomorrow's a repeat day of today, just dry, fog to sun. And there's Sunday. There's that band of rain. Now, other models show this coming in like mid-morning. This shows it coming in the 6 o'clock hour. It's a weakening system if you look at the imagery of Futurecast right now. And then as it moves off, this does not show much in the way of any shower activity trailing, but I do believe there will at least be some scattered showers on radar Sunday afternoon, night into Monday. And the 2-day rain totals, most of these numbers will be from the frontal passage on Sunday. And they show pretty much identical numbers at the coast and the valley, anywhere from about 0.2 of an inch of rain to less than 1/2 of an inch of rain coming. Snow levels are generally above the Cascade Passes until most of the moisture is out of here. But there could be some decent snow showers Sunday overnight into Monday morning, potentially at pass level, so check those conditions. Pretty morning, again, when we get into these foggy mornings, the coast is often the beautiful spot, and that's the case this morning. 40 from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera. And this camera has been really pretty. Most of our cameras have been back and forth between some sun to no sun to some sun. You can see the shallow fog in the low-lying valleys there from our Salem tasting room camera out in Sherwood. 39 is the number out at PDX. It's a similar number, though, here in downtown Portland as we look at the glassy Willamette River this morning, a sign of course, no wind. 39, Salem, Portland, Kelso, well, and Eugene, so that's uniform. All right. Later today, 40 central and eastern Oregon, well, about 50 in Bend and Madras. Let me correct myself. The Dow's also getting some sun. 7-day forecast, we're dry until Sunday. Fast forward to a rainy Wednesday and decreasing scattered showers on Thanksgiving Day expected. 54 though, maybe on Thanksgiving. All right, birthday time. Our party on this Friday starts with Emma, who is 11 today. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a wonderfully fun birthday. And I'm told that's Christian McCaffrey's number, San Francisco jersey there, number 23. Hope we're getting that right, our crack research department. Daphne, a fan, obviously, 57. Happy birthday to you. And Evelyn, a thoughtful look there, looking up, 70 years young today. Happy birthday to you. And that's our list, birthdays at KGW.com, and we will celebrate with you. Chris, not bad up here. Back to you, sir.
Well, good that things are clear now. A little bit of reminder with this traffic alert in the Hollywood district that Northeast Halsey is still closed at 42nd Avenue. We've got a live report coming up on this in just a few minutes. It's just a reminder you can use maybe Broadway or Sandy to the north or maybe Gleason to the south to get around that. I-5 through North Portland, earlier trouble there has cleared out, and the drive coming in from Clark County, not bad. 14 minutes get you in from Main Street south to the Fremont Bridge. Sunrise continues after this break.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On weather impact alert days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
All right, let's get back to the breaking news we've been following here on the Sunrise Show. A shooting that happened about 2 hours ago in the Hollywood district of Northeast Portland over at 42nd and Halsey.
And in just the last hour, we learned that 2 people were hurt here. So let's check in one last time with Corey Johnson live at the scene. Corey, what are you learning?
China, Drew, Portland police say 2 people were struck in that shooting, but they say that shooting did not happen inside any business. The scene's still very active at this hour. Police currently investigating at a parking garage area near 24 Hour Fitness. A mobile command unit is currently on scene along with at least half a dozen PPB vehicles, and more continue to arrive as we're out here. Police say that shooting happened just after 7, but it's still unclear exactly what led up to it. No arrests have been made, and right now Halsey Street is currently closed between Northeast 42nd and 43rd Avenues as this investigation continues. As we learn more, we'll continue to keep you updated.
Our Corey Johnson reporting live this morning. All right, we're going to have a wrap of our top stories this morning. A wildland firefighter was seriously injured while cutting down this year's Oregon State Capitol Christmas tree. The 70-foot noble fir struck Dana Turner, crushing her femur, hitting her back, and injuring her face. She was life-flighted out of Tillamook State Forest and had to undergo surgery. A friend of hers says she is expected to be out of the hospital in the next few days. A jury has convicted a prolific Portland graffiti artist on 51 counts of criminal mischief. Authorities say Jacob Ramos spray painted over murals and businesses across the city, causing thousands of dollars in damage. Police also say they found more than 60 cans of spray paint and 10 guns at his home, including ghost guns. Back in June, a jury convicted him on nearly 24 firearm charges. He'll be sentenced at a later date. And TSA proposing an $18 fee for any passengers without a real ID. TSA says that the fee would pay for the tech needed for travelers without a real ID to have their regular ID verified. But passports and in Washington, an enhanced ID can also be used as a real ID. The fee still needs to be approved, but the timing on that's not clear.
All right, of course, this weekend kicks off the holiday travel season. 51 today, Portland to get some sun. Might be a tough order to clear out the low clouds down in Salem. We'll see a repeat day tomorrow. Sunday, rain returns, and right now a rainy Wednesday leading into a few showers left over on Thanksgiving Thursday.
I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to be one of the thousands that have Fridays off.
Yeah,
because that's the end result on the freeways right now. Friday light, yes, light fog and light traffic across the freeway system right now. Drive times still running a little thick through that North Portland commute, but not bad. 18 minutes gets you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Otherwise, yeah, a lot going on.
Sunrise team, you did some good work this week. In fact, you've earned yourself a weekend. Chris, you deserve a weekend. How about it? China, get yourself a weekend. Rodney?
I'm taking off anyway, for the weekend anyway. I don't deserve it, but I'm going to take it.
You deserve it. That does it for the week. Next week, of course, a holiday week. It's Thanksgiving week, so we hope to see you here for lots of Thanksgiving-themed Sunrise shows starting on Monday.
And we have a show on Thanksgiving morning, so we hope you'll tune us in and watch us. At least I know the broadcast hour.
Absolutely.
By golly.
Make your turkey and hang out with the Sunrise crew.
Isn't that